Hey guys, we are making keto brownies today, and we've made keto brownies a lot of different ways already on the channel. We've made avocado keto brownies, almond flour keto brownies, and we've even made 1-minute keto brownies on the channel. But the one kind of brownie that we've never made are coconut flour keto brownies. So that's what we're making today, and these brownies are incredibly chocolatey, they're super fudgy, and they're just ridiculously low carb. That said, let's get right to the good stuff and make some coconut flour keto brownies. All right, so we are gonna get out our food scale and a medium-sized bowl, and our first order of business is cutting up a stick of butter into small cubes. By the way, this is 112 grams of butter. So once we've got that butter added, the next thing we're going to do is get out some keto chocolate chips. These ones have 0 net carbs, and they're really the secret ingredient to making these coconut flour keto brownies, fudgy keto brownies. That said, for today's recipe, we're gonna add about 3/4 of a cup or 140 grams of those to the butter, and then we're gonna melt those together in the microwave for just about a minute. So once those melt, we're gonna bring those back over to our food scale and mix them together until a chocolate sauce forms. Once it does, we're gonna add about 1/3 of a cup or 84 grams of unsweetened vanilla almond milk to the party and mix that into our chocolate sauce. Now at this point, we're all set to add the last liquid ingredient for our low carb brownie recipe. And as you're seeing here, that is 3 room temperature eggs. So when we've got those in there, we're gonna mix and combine those into our chocolate sauce as well. And then we're going to add all that chocolate deliciousness into our food processor. Now we're going to start adding the dry ingredients for our keto brownies, and the first of which is going to be confectioner Swerve, since it has 0 carbs and 0 calories. And we're going to sweeten up today's coconut flour keto brownie recipe by adding 1/2 cup or 75 grams of that stuff to our food processor. Then we're gonna add even more rich chocolate flavor to our brownies by adding 1.5 tablespoons or 7 grams of some dark unsweetened cocoa powder. Then of course we have to add some coconut flour to the mix as well, and we're gonna add around 1/3 of a cup or 52 grams of it. Lastly, we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder to make our brownies rise ever so slightly, and then we're all set to pop the top onto our food processor and combine all of those ingredients. By the way, it's super important not to overmix the brownie batter, so once everything does dissolve in the processor, just scrape down the sides real quick and give it one last mix. So when that's looking good, we'll want to get out an 8x8 baking tray like this, and then we'll want to rub some water on the inside of the tray so that when we add the parchment paper like we're doing now, it stays in place. So when we've got our parchment paper situated, we're going to coat it with baking spray and add all of that thick fudgy brownie batter to our dish. Then we're going to get our spatula back out and evenly spread the brownie batter throughout the dish. And when that's taken care of, we can cook our brownies at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. You'll know the brownies are done when you can insert a toothpick into them and it comes out dry. And then the last step, it's the most important step, and that is letting these brownies cool down completely in the tray that you bake them in, because when they come out of the oven, they're gonna be soft and almost cake-like, but if you let them cool down, they will set and firm up. And if you give them the time to do that, you'll have yourself some rich and fudgy coconut flour keto brownies like this. As always, for more info on today's low carb brownie recipe, check out the video description below, and I hope you enjoy them.